Let's dive into some corporate story examples. There's some really good ones out there. I think one of the most compelling stories is Burt's Bees. They really market themselves. They got a picture of Bert. Bert is all scruffy. You can kind of picture Bert just from the picture you see on the outside of all the containers of the different things that Bert is not a normal person. He's not the guy you see next door. He's the kind of guy you see out in the middle of a field, talking to the birds or playing gently with his bees in the process. He certainly isn't a normal looking character. You don't see him every day, especially with the strange hat and the hair stuffing out the sides and the beard and everything else. He looks like he's a rugged outdoorsman. They have lots of videos in which Bert shares his outlook on life. And it all started on account of beeswax. What a nice beginning. Bert and Roxanne created Burt's Bees in the 80s. He's a photojournalist in Manhattan. Roxanne's an artist in San Francisco. They left the city life to find freedom in the pristine wilderness of Maine. What a great story. Okay, they sat down there, they're city dwellers. They want to escape the road and everything else and go out and spend their time in the wilderness of Maine. Here they are, Bert. You never know that Bert's a billionaire. Behind Bert, he probably has his Rolls Royce or his Bentley parked there. You just can't see it because they're blocking the view. Just kidding, except he is a billionaire. And he might have that, I don't know. But really, the reality of the story comes down to they valued a simple life. They knew the importance of personal worth of staying connected to nature all around them. Their lifestyle was low impact and socially, environmentally conscious, back to basics. They were ahead of their time. Their approach is compelling now as ever. It's a great story. Here's Bert in his beat up old pickup truck. You can really see that it looks like they don't care about material things, except Burt's Bees is a multi-billion-dollar business every single year, and they have quarterly profits. Every once in a while, they crank $100 million in a quarter. It's incredible how big this business is, and yet it's built upon an image of somebody living off the land out in the country in the process. Roxanne used to say that since we take from nature, we must respect and preserve it. Today, we've followed her Burt's and footsteps by using the best ingredients from nature and in turn respecting nature so we can all live well. What a compelling story. I don't know about you. I'm going to go buy some. Okay, here's Bert going through checking out the bees. No mask, no gloves, no anything else. It's just him and the bees. Okay, and they're just getting along well. He's probably talking to the bees right now, whispering to the queen, "Psst, can you make some more honey? I want to have a little bit more of the wild clover than the tame clover we have over here." You can almost see that happening. Ingredients from nature. Each of our products is crafted with ingredients from nature to nourish and revitalize your skin. We select nutrient-rich ingredients to help support a strong and healthy skin barrier. I didn't even know a healthy skin barrier existed. So back to the land. After Roxanne sold her stake, she gave 90 million to charities and bought over 87,000 acres of Maine woodland, and she donated to the National Park Service. They really do have a philosophy of giving back in the process. Just the fact she could give 90 million to charities means she's a multi-millionaire. Their product took off and it's across the entire planet almost as you look at it. So it sets them apart because they have natural original formulas. Their products are over 95% natural origin. They formulate without a whole series of different chemicals in the process. You can even go visit Bert's cabin and explore the cabin that he once lived, his home, online, inviting the consumer. In the back, you can't see it. There's an attached two-car garage with his Mercedes and his Bentley sitting right there. Okay, the online simulator adds an element of fun and stimulates the viewer's imagination. You can go online and play with this on Burt's Bees. It's great storytelling. It's storytelling at its finest. You can hear the bees buzz, smell the fresh honey. You can hear the weeds rustling in the breeze, sharing the wild in a simple jar with wax. It makes you part of the story. It is the best type of advertising because those things resound and they connect people to the land. They connect people to nature. They connect people to their product, which is what it's all about. These are slick business people. The beard, the nature story, the beeswax created a monumental empire. They reached 629 million gross profit, not sales, profit in the second quarter of 2019, and 1.269 billion for 6 months in sales. This is not a small story. This is not some guy living in the back of his of some old beat up shack with one bedroom in it. No, this is giant corporate chutzpah in the process out there telling fabulous stories. Here's another one. It's a whole different thing. Hinge, it's a dating app. It's an alternate to different options. It talks about the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. They urge visitors tired of the games with others to sit down there and be part of it. They have their video explaining their thing more in depth. It's a 2-minute animation that depicts a desolate young man trying to find love in the dating theme fairground before exiting the door with the Hinge logo and finds a suitable match in a beautiful, idyllic landscape. It really is pretty good. It's good storytelling with a whole different twist than Bert's. Bert's tries to connect you to nature. This tries to connect you and create an environment online by telling a 2-minute story about what's involved. So interactivity is the key weapon to keeping your arsenal in the process. Hinge's corporate story, it really is different in the aspect of this game avoidance has a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's a hero in it, Warby Parker. They sell eyeglasses, but they have a different mission. They want custom-made, high-quality glasses at an affordable cost. They have an About Us section where they talk about how glasses are overpriced and how they decided to form a socially responsible company that makes eyewear accessible for all. It's really good storytelling in the process. They have 7 customers from every walk of life possible. The profiles humanize their product. They turn glasses into something that's part of their personality, part of my lifestyle. I have a pair of Warby Parker glasses in the process over here. And don't I look spectacular in them? Because it's part of my overall image in the process. It's easy to see how they can appeal because their focus is creatives. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be something special, if you want to uplift yourself into something different, you get Warby Parker. It's a great story. And finally, it tells about the insight about their charitable work. So not only do they tell the story about them, they tell the story about their customers. They talk about their charitable work. It's a big thing because it appeals specifically to millennials, Gen Z, about charity work. If you are in business, it is my recommendation that you always, on a regular basis, engage in community work in the process. Do something that's non-controversial out in your community that everybody can sit down. Ours, we're involved with the American Red Cross. We have blood drives all the time. We have one on the evening of Devil's Night, and we dress up as vampires and suck the blood out of our clients. Yes, we have it on Valentine's Day, because after all, what goes through the heart but blood? And of course, you have to give blood on the night of the blood moon. Yes, all those things are out there. You tell corporate stories. Some simple lessons from Warby Parker: feel good message and inspires customers, share your history of manufacturing, and then stories can inspire longing. Burt's Bees, real life, change, natural, folksy. Hinge, a lost cartoon character, a cute story tool, and a real issue. Warby Parker, a real issue, home delivery, and a good story. Corporate storytelling in its finest. Take care.